Factories for cotton processing, production of cottonseed oil and fiberless cotton seeds will be set up in Azerbaijan's Ujar region as part of measures to strengthen the processing industry, according to Agriculture Ministry Nam Karimov. Specific measures for the cotton sector in the agrarian reforms will increase crop yield, he said recently. Uzbekistan plans to seek zero customs duty from the European Union on its textile products, which now attract a duty of 7 to 12%. The decision was arrived at after recent talks between the Uzbek First Deputy Minister of Economy Mubin Mirzaev and a delegation of the European Parliament on relations with the countries of Central Asia and Mongolia. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations postponed negotiations for the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership till next year during a recent summit in Singapore as the leaders failed to reach a consensus on issues like e-commerce, competition and investment, Ramon M. Lopez, Secretary of Trade and Industry in the Philippines, announced. John Lewis, Imamp, S., New Look. Next, River Island and Shop Direct recently signed an agreement to combat labor exploitation in the UK textiles sector. Enforcement bodies like the Gangmasters and Labour Abuse Authority, Employment Agency Standards Inspectorate, Health and Safety Executive and Immigration Enforcement also signed the document. Member countries of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations recently agreed to a cooperation framework to support the development of a digital economy through e-commerce schemes. The agreement was signed by ASEAN trade ministers at the 33rd ASEAN Summit in Singapore after 9 rounds of negotiations involving ASEAN member country representatives. The United States is interested to revise the list of Nepali products enjoying duty-free access through the Trade Preferences Act. U.S. officials have assured Nepal that ready-made garments, RMG, from the country will be considered for inclusion in that list, according to Chandra K. Gimire, Secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Supplies. Sri Lanka was last month chosen for the global launch of the Social and Labour Convergence project, the country's joint Apparel Association Forum, the first industry body to be a signatory of the project launched in 2016, announced. SLCP aims to develop a unified and effective industry-wide assessment framework within the apparel and footwear industry. The Australian Wool Production Forecasting Committee has updated its forecast for the 2018-19 season to 305 mkg greasy. This is a 10.8% decline on the committee's shorn wool production estimate of 341 mkg greasy for the 2017-18 season. The fall reflects an expected reduction in both the number of sheep shorn and the average annual wool cut per head. Chinese investors expressed keen interest to invest in apparel, polyester staple fiber, leather and some other sectors in Bangladesh at the China International Import Expo 2018 in Shanghai recently. Bangladesh took part in the show to utilize the market access and opportunities offered by Beijing, said Export Promotion Bureau Deputy Director Alamgir Hossain. The Bahamas Ministry of Finance recently urged retail shoe and clothing merchants to take advantage of the customs duty waiver available to businesses to reduce the cost of importing goods. Since the announcement of the policy in July, when the current fiscal started, the ministry has granted waivers to 154 applicants, the ministry said on its website. Don't forget to subscribe Fibre2Fashion and hit the bell icon for latest updates. Log on to Fibre2Fashion.com and stay updated with more textile stories.